Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, Ed and the Scarecrow.
Who's the Scarecrow?
You.
Why?
You look like a scarecrow. You're stiff as a board. My brother Alex. Alex, how you doing?
I'm very uncomfortable right now.
I know.
So without getting into so much of the details, I just thought of something on my way here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I've had this boil on my back and whatever, they lanced it, and now I had to go today for, they call it surgery. I don't call it surgery because I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Did they put the little nightgown on you with no back?
No.
Then that's not surgery.
Exactly, that's what I said. So, they stitched me up or whatever, right? The doctor said, he gave me the instructions. I can't do, no gym, no heavy lifting, right? Over like 15 or 20 pounds for 2 weeks. Cool. I'm fine with that, right? I got a sit-down job. I got no worries, right? So I'm driving here to your house to do the podcast, and I'm thinking to myself, what happens when I have to do the most important thing of the day, which I do about 2 to 3 times a day, that is take a shit?
You are the most regular person I know.
I'm saying, sometimes I gotta push it out.
Well, then no pushing.
That's strain on my back. I'm telling you, bro.
I have no sympathy for you. I think it's hilarious.
All right. You better hope you don't get a ball on your back.
No, all these years I have not. So seems like it's a you problem, not a me,
yeah,
not a
no
me
shit.
problem. Doesn't run in the family.
I guess not. So
yeah, you look super uncomfortable, but
no, I'm good now. I'm good. Let's get rock and rolling.
Normally I would be sympathetic, but no, that's not true. I wouldn't be sympathetic.
No, you wouldn't. You aren't. You never will be.
No. But I'm gonna have a good chuckle at your expense.
That's fine.
And so will everyone else.
You can thank me later.
We'll thank you later.
You're welcome. Right. You're welcome.
All right. So where do we go first? I mean, let's go to the hardest topic. I couldn't help it.
Do we? No, we don't. No.
I mean,
it's a topic.
It is.
It's a very touchy topic.
It's very touchy. Sometimes, I mean, it's touchy for sure.
A lot of touching going on.
Apparently so. Apparently, touchy, like even in the most critical game on the day of the most critical games, like the AFC Championship game.
Well, I mean, I think we should dive into it just because we've it's touchy and we should touch on it. I mean,
I agree. So Robert Kraft got busted for solicitation. He went to a massage parlor.
Yes.
Which I affectionately call a rub and tug.
I mean, there are plenty of names for it.
Massage parlor.
Relaxation time. Some me time.
So he got busted in a prostitution sting.
See, I got a problem with all this.
What's that? Prostitution gate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. The Patriots known for many of the gates. I mean, God, where do I start? He got busted in a prostitution ring. Now, was he the prostitution ringleader? Did he know the person that was bringing in these, ladies to work? I mean, seriously, I'm serious about those questions.
He wasn't the pimp.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just a customer.
He was John Kraft. Stop, don't make me laugh. My back hurts. Okay, stop. This is not going to work.
It can't be funny today. Because when you start complaining about your back, I start laughing even more.
Hey, the stiffer is Stiff from American Pie.
That's right, yeah.
No, but seriously, he wasn't the ringleader of this.
No, I mean, look. He's doing
a customer.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing, he's doing what some guys do. They go and they pay for sex or whatever. And, it's against the law, and he's going to get a fine for it, and that's going to be the end. It's not like he's going to jail or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Look, it's an unfortunate, seedy side of our society. we hear stuff about sex trafficking and whatnot, and it's a terrible business, but it goes on. And the fact that a high profile, extremely wealthy individual like himself gets involved in stuff like that, I can't say I'm surprised. Well, actually, I am surprised because I don't understand guys. I don't understand the prostitution thing in general. Like, I just don't understand unless you are. Unless it is impossible for you to pick up a chick, there's really no need for prostitutes. There's no need for guys to use prostitutes.
Think about that.
You can go to the bar and just hang out till closing time, and eventually, it's going to work with somebody, right?
I mean, I'm not the best looking guy.
Not at all.
I didn't need your confirmation.
I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, you're agreeing. Okay,
I agree.
okay.
You are not the best looking guy. In fact, I wouldn't even call you top 50%.
Oh, ouch.
I mean, I'm trying to be nice here, but if I'm being perfectly honest, it's probably not even top 70%. I mean,
you ever heard about being too honest?
I mean, well, I was trying to be nice on that one because it's like top 90. Like, I think you're in the bottom 10%, but at least if you flip it around, that's like top 10%.
Shut up. Okay, but that's fine though. I mean, but that means that I have a little bit of game. I gotta have some type of game to pull chicks.
And it's not like
right?
he doesn't. He's been dating this 39-year-old model for, I want to say 5 or 6 years or something like that.
And he's
shortly after his wife died, he started hooking up with this model.
And he's got $6 billion.
Yeah, I mean, dude does not need to go to a rub and tug to get laid.
Now, I knew this was coming. The minute I seen Robert Kraft, dancing with Cardi B on Super Bowl weekend, it was over. I mean, I think this is all Cardi B's fault. He turned out Robert Kraft.
No.
She turned out.
No. He was... Maybe that's what happened. He got his swerve on at that rub and tug, and then he went to the Super Bowl. He's like, hey, I can hook up with Cardi B, too.
Yeah.
All I need, it cost me $100 with those Asian chicks. It'll cost me $200 here, no problem.
I mean,
Idiot. At the end of the day, it's just stupid.
Yeah, and he's not going to face any jail time. I don't think it's...
I wonder what the league is going to do to the Patriots. The league is going to do something to him.
I don't think they'll do anything to the Patriots. I think they'll maybe suspend, fine Kraft himself. He won't be allowed to sit in the press box.
Go to the next Super Bowl party. Yeah. No, I mean, you can't.
You can't find a team. You can't.
Yeah, but how else do you hurt the guy? What are you gonna do? Fine him $50,000, $100,000, $200,000?
Yeah, that's fine. You can't penalize. I mean, as much as a lot of us would like to see that, you can't penalize the Patriots. I don't think that would be fair in this point.
No, I don't think it's fair either. But I just don't see how else you hurt the guy.
I mean, you give him a
hefty
fine.
And it is. If you stop and think about it, it is a bit of a black eye for the NFL, right? Because here it is, a team owner is caught in a prostitution sting, and what did the NFL do to the Colts when their owner was hopped up on cocaine and
fine, and maybe draft picks, but that's about it.
I want to say draft picks,
but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not going to make. That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
It's not. Look, I understand they're not going to make the Patriots forfeit games or anything like that. Wouldn't that be something?
Forfeit the Super Bowl?
No, he was. Some of the video surveillance is from the AFC, the day of the AFC Championship game.
Wait, it was in Kansas City.
He got on a private jet after he, took care of business.
Okay.
So
that's right. He had a limo drop him off at the
a Bentley, no less.
I mean, could you make it more obvious? Show up in a hoopty like the rest of us.
That's right. I mean, you talk about drawing attention. The people doing surveillance had to be just licking their lips and going, "Oh, we got a big one here."
Talking about big one. No. Adam Schefter tweeted. I mean,
bigger names.
Yeah, bigger names. I want to see who the bigger names are. The only bigger one I can think about is Jerry Jones.
I don't necessarily think it's a. It may not be an owner. It could be
yeah.
But a bigger name in Florida, Tiger Woods.
Oh,
and
man.
Tiger Woods has had,
Oh, Tiger, yeah. Tiger
some
Woods, y'all. He knows all about the champagne room.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh. Maybe Tiger Woods was set up if he was involved.
I don't know.
That's crazy. Nah, Rob, you know what? Let the old man live a little bit. He's freaking 77 years old. Whatever, man. He's a widow. Let him do whatever. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Jesus.
Well, yeah, but the problem is that Johns like him foster the sex trafficking trade, which that's not good.
Well, definitely a touchy subject. We'll hop right off of it.
Yeah, let's hop off. Hey, the baseball season is a month away. It's almost exactly 4 weeks, right? Because they play those 2 games in Japan on like March 20th or whatever.
Which I dislike.
Speaking of dislike, we'll go to the season here in a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think about the proposed pitch clock?
Look, I have no problem with baseball being slow, like everyone says. And that's going to be an issue when anytime during the season or in the playoffs, what if a pitcher doesn't get the pitch off in time and the bases are loaded?
What's the penalty?
I don't know, but I'm just... What is the penalty? I don't know.
I
was just thinking, what if there's a team with the bases loaded and the pitcher doesn't get the pitch out in time? What if he's late? What is that?
What are they going to do? Treat it like a balk? Give everyone a base?
And a score run and a run scores?
I don't know. I think it's silly, the whole thing. Look, baseball has been around for 150 years or however long it's been. It's never had a clock anywhere. Stop trying to put a clock on it. It's not that type of game.
Yeah.
It's survived this long without a clock. It doesn't need a clock. And quite frankly, if your problem is, this is where, again, this is kind of like the VAR thing to me. If you're going to do one, you have to do the other. Because part of the delay is not the pitcher. It's the guys in the batter's box that have to touch their hat and re-snap their gloves and do all this other shit before they get back in there. And they do it after every single pitch. So, I mean, are we going to put a batter's clock too? I mean, it's dumb. It's dumb, and I think the whole pitch clock thing changes the fabric of the game. I don't like it.
And I don't like that big-ass clock that I'm going to see on the screen. I mean, that's a pretty big-ass clock that they have on the backstop there. Did you see it off to the side?
Yeah, it's...
No, I mean, Look. Instant replay, fine. And even me, I'm against instant replay. I like the way it was. No, I don't need to see a replay because what about that? That takes about 5-7 minutes.
Yeah, that's making the game longer. And the thing that I don't like about instant replay is it's now gotten too technical. And I know that sounds silly, but it's gotten too technical. Like, I remember a play last year, maybe the year before, the guy slid into second, and he got in well before the ball. But the guy swipes to tag him, and for a split second, his foot comes off the base while the guy is still tagging him. They called him out. And the replay, no one complained about the call on the field. But all of a sudden, they got replay involved. And it's like, look, he beat the throw by a ton. His foot came off the bag by 1/4 of an inch. And you don't have all of the camera angles. It's just dumb. Again, and I don't understand why baseball is doing it. Fair foul, I agree with. Fan interference on a home run, I agree with.
That's really about it.
Close plays at first and second, third on the base. Okay, I'm okay with all that stuff. Fair foul, okay. But the rest of it, I mean, it's just it's silly. It's really silly. And this pitch clock thing is, I think it's ridiculous. And I hope they don't use it. But I've learned that once they do it in spring training, they're going to do it.
You know, and this goes for like all the other sports, or at least the sports that I watch, right? Football, basketball. I don't need instant replay. I really don't. They've done it for so many years without it, and I understand this is a new day and age. But me personally, I can care less for it. I don't
mind it.
I mean, like you said, like on a home run calls or 3-point shots or buzzer beaters.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean on every little thing, I don't need this.
And it's permeated through every sport.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's in hockey, it's in baseball, football, basketball. I was watching a cricket match online the other day. They have freaking instant replay.
Really?
Yeah. They had to see if it hit the wicket.
Oh God. Whatever that is.
It's a wicket, bro.
Oh, is that the paddle?
No, that's the stumps on the end.
Oh. Wait, so what they used to hit the little ball? What is that?
A bat.
That's called a bat?
Yeah.
It's not a bat.
It's a bat.
Really?
That's what they call it.
Thought they were called.
They don't pitch either. They bowl. Even
bowl.
though they throw it overhand.
Huh. Interesting.
And cricket's a pretty interesting game. It's fun to watch. I mean,
I'll let you do all the watching.
yeah, I watch all kinds of stuff. I'm crazy. I'm a degenerate. Anyway, back to baseball. So here we are, 4 weeks away from the start of the season. 4 weeks?
Yeah, 4 weeks, right?
Three and a half weeks.
Yeah, because the two games.
The 2 games in Japan are March 20th and 21st between the A's and the Mariners. Sucks to be them. And then the regular season start. The full swing, the true opening day, or the opening day here in the States is March 28th.
It's never the Yankees and the Red Sox. It's never.
They go to Japan?
Yeah, it's never the Nationals and the Dodgers.
Because those games are on at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
no. Kind of makes me hope that Bryce Harper signs with the Mariners or the A's, right? Just to see.
Could you imagine?
Oh, it would be great for ratings.
Oh, I'm sure there will be ratings, right?
Well, yeah, I'd get up to watch his first game with the Mariners.
I mean, there's ratings now, and Harper's not even signed.
So that was where I was going. Here we are. I am absolutely baffled at the number, not just that Bryce Harper's not signed. That is shocking in and of itself. But there's a bunch of big names out there, notably Dallas Keuchel, Kimbrell, which, considering how much people want to bolster their bullpen all the time, I'm shocked that guy is still out there. Not to mention, he wants to re-sign with the Red Sox. They need a closer, and they're still not signing him.
They don't want to pay.
They don't want to pay because they got luxury tax issues. What is going on with these players unsigned this late?
You think it's the players, the team, or the agent? You think the agent is holding this whole thing hostage?
I'll tell you what. I personally think the teams are handling this thing incorrectly. If I'm a team that's interested in Bryce Harper, and I would have done the same thing with Manny Machado, and quite frankly, I would do it with Keuchel and Kimbrell, I would put my offer out there. It is February 25th. I'd put my offer out there. Let everybody know. And what's going to happen is, if I think I have the best offer and I put it out there, like let's say I'm the Phillies right now, who I believe the Phillies have the best offer, if I had to guess.
Right.
I put my offer out there. Immediately, right, there's only 6 or 7 teams out there that are interested in Bryce Harper. Well, interested in a contract like that. For
interested, but like a legit chance?
Right.
Probably only like 2.
No. I mean, the Dodgers have money. The Giants have money.
And that's it.
The White Sox. Yeah. The Nationals already offered them $300 for 10, so they've got money. The Phillies. There's some other teams that are not in it that could afford them. The Red Sox, the Yankees, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Mets, the Braves.
Okay.
So there's quite a few. I would put my number out there. And for you 6 teams that are in it, half of them are going to drop out. Right. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the Phillies' number is $350 for 10 years. Dude, there's going to be teams that are going to go, well, I'm out. That's too rich for my blood.
Well, they wouldn't start off that low. You think they would start off that low?
Who?
The Phillies?
No, but I'd say that's probably what it's at now.
Yeah.
Look, it's not at 400, or he would have already signed.
I mean, if it's at 320, 8 years, 320, that's not a reason to sign. 40 a year.
I don't think baseball players look at it that way. I think they look at the contract value. They don't care what the per year value is.
Well, I mean,
because in baseball it's guaranteed.
Well, even with 8 years, to 320.
That's 40 as opposed to 35. But it's less money. It's less years.
Yeah.
I see your point, but you and I are thinking it from a straight math annual salary. I think they're looking at it from a contract value. How much is the dollar amount of that contract?
You think baseball should put a deadline to these offers?
Is there a deadline?
There isn't. I don't think there is. I've never heard of there being. But what if they put one, right? What if, let's say, right after the season ends, you have
till February 15th.
No. You have a month to put your offers out there, to place an offer. If you don't place that offer, then...
Well, look, there's going to be owners that are going to be really pissed about this situation, right? The 5 teams that don't get Harper are going to be annoyed that they got strung out until the end of February and then didn't get him. My guess is there's going to be some kind of change where something has to happen. And quite frankly, we always hate on the owners.
Mm-hmm.
But we're basically asking the owners to collude now. Because this one guy is holding teams hostage. And we're basically asking the owners to say, you know what? Going forward, why don't y'all work together and get this hashed out a little bit earlier? Because and what's the deadline? Like, what is the deadline for Harper? What does Harper think the deadline is? Is he good with this going until March 15th, 5 days before the season starts? Does he wait until the 25th of March and says, well, the season already started for the Mariners and A's, so they're out? I mean, what he has an internal deadline. He doesn't want to miss games because it costs him checks.
Or maybe he already knows who he's signing with. He knows it's going to be the Phillies. And now it's the agent just playing that dumbass game.
Right. Well, that's my point. What is his deadline? Like, let's just say, back to the example, right? Okay. He's got $350 for 10 years with the Phillies. He likes the Phillies. He's going to do that. But his agent's like, just wait. Let's just see if something else happens. What is Bryce Harper's deadline? Okay, well, we'll see what happens until March 5th. If we don't see anything by then, I'm signing. What is his deadline? What is the team's deadline? Like, at what point are the teams like, screw it?
I don't think the team cares. You think the team cares that much? I doubt it.
I don't know. I mean, it's not as intricate as football. He's an outfielder in baseball. It's not like he's a quarterback in football. He's got to learn a playbook, right?
You know what? Look, I think we can all agree. I mean, we don't have any inside sources, but we can all agree that the Phillies have the stupid money, and they're probably going to sign Harper, right?
Well, they said they have stupid money. I haven't looked at their bank statements. I don't know.
I'm sure it says stupid money.
Yeah,
it's not even numbers.
They did. They said they had stupid money, but
so, like, I agree with what you said. Throw out your offer. Right?
Yeah, let everyone know.
But as the Phillies or any other team, right? Say, hey, here's your offer. You got a week to sign, man. We're in spring training. Now, if you don't sign within the week, if the offer was 10 years, $350, bring it down to 10 years, $335.
Here's what I wonder. I wonder if
I bet you that would make
if the Phillies have, let's keep playing this argument. The Phillies have an offer out there, $350, 10 years. And it happens to be the best offer. The Phillies don't know that, but they go and they leak it to the media. And the other teams are like, fuck that. We're not doing that. We were thinking $320. That was going to break the bank. I was going to have to borrow money to get that $320. No, I'm not doing that. And they all dropped out. And Bryce Harper came back and said, okay, I'm going to sign. Like, yeah, I don't know, 350, 10 is it's kind of steep. The Phillies, then the Phillies knocked him down to 320.
He'd have to sign.
Or just not play for a season.
And that's why I question Manny Machado's his desire to play in San Diego for the Padres. And I question Harper's desire to want to play with the Phillies. Look, these are natural-born baseball players. They're going to do what they do. They're going to play baseball. This is what they were born to do. Okay, but at some point, tell me what these two. How many times have these guys been in the playoffs? They haven't been in the. They haven't won anything. Times. What the hell? Why are we awarding them with these big ass contracts?
Well, but that's not fair. Baseball, of all the sports, baseball is probably the least impactful for one person.
Okay.
What baseball's different from other sports, right? In basketball, one player has a tremendous amount of impact. He plays offense and defense. There's only 5 guys on the court. He's only got 4 teammates. Okay. So one guy can make a huge difference.
I understand that.
In baseball, you really can't. It's an individual. Everything is an individual battle, right? You and that pitcher.
Yeah.
And situationally, there's no telling, right? Pitcher mows down the top of. How many times in baseball do you see a 7-hole hitter win the MVP in a league championship series? You see it because, the pitcher mowed down the first 5 guys, and somehow that guy in the 7-hole or 8-hole got the opportunity. All of a sudden, he showed up with men on base in a clutch situation in the 8th inning and delivered the big hit. So it's different in baseball. I don't think you can pin. You can't say, well, what has he won, right? That kind of doesn't work in baseball. But these two guys are, they're really young, right? And you see the potential. As to, do they want to play in San Diego or Philly or, I don't know. Bryce Harper grew up in Las Vegas. Does he have like an attachment to any one major league team? I don't know. Maybe not. Who would it be? He grew up in Vegas, right?
I'm saying we haven't heard from Harper or Machado this whole freaking time. I never heard one of them say, hey, I would love to be a Padre. Hey, I would love to be a Philly.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, with these players nowadays, it's a business. They are a business. Bryce Harper is his own brand. You know what I mean? So, that whole desire to play in one city or another, it's a business decision. Believe me.
Okay, so there's no desire to really want to play in Philly. Like, he's not saying...
there is.
No, there isn't.
No,
there isn't.
No, there is. Hold on. When the Phillies come in with the biggest contract, he's going to love playing in Philly.
No, you want something bigger? You want to make a real money? Then go to L.A., go to the Yankees. That's where you're going to make your money.
Yeah, but they didn't offer.
No, Ed, I'm sure if Harper went over there and said, hey, I really want to play there, I mean, they'll make an offer.
No, not necessarily. Because look at the Kimbrel situation with the luxury tax. There are teams that they get to a point and they're like, we're not spending any more money.
Yeah, but
the Red Sox won a World Series with Kimbrel as their closer, and the Red Sox are still like, we're tapped out. We don't have any money. We don't want to get any deeper into the luxury tax. We're not doing it.
I don't know.
So. I understand it. And as far as the desire to play in any one city, it's business. It's business. If 5 companies came up to you and said, we're going to offer you $100,000, $100,000, $100,000, and $250,000, wouldn't you all of a sudden look at that last company and be like, I've always wanted to work for that company. I don't even know the name of it, but I've always wanted to work there. Okay,
then I don't want to hear from Harper's press conference that I love the city of Philly, and I really want to play and win here, because that's not really the end result, and I know that, and I know it's just this is a business
he wants
move.
To win.
Yeah.
Does he want to win for the city?
So did LeBron. Maybe. LeBron wants to win too, so he went to LA, but he doesn't have the desire to really, uplift.
I think you are wanting superstars today to not just love playing, but love where they play. And it just doesn't work that way anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
I understand your point, but I think what you're trying to, or what you want to see is just not going to happen. It's not that way anymore. There's too much movement.
I'm not saying he needs to love the city of Philadelphia. I'm saying,
or wherever he's.
I'm saying, do you see this as the best fit for you to win? The ultimate goal is to win.
Right.
Making money, that's gonna come no matter where he goes. He's gonna make money.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but and again, especially in baseball, where it is much more difficult to influence the game than it is in basketball or football if you're a quarterback. It's different. it's different, and I think baseball players, while they want to win, they understand that their influence is limited, but they sure can make a lot of paper, and it's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, I think that you're dismissing that maybe you should consider. Maybe Bryce Harper thinks wherever I go, I make an instant winner. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what Manny Machado thought. Manny Machado thought, look, there are some pieces in San Diego, but when I'm added to the line, all of a sudden that's a dangerous lineup. Maybe that's what he thinks. Maybe he thinks his impact is such that, hey, I will turn some shit around just by my sheer talent.
Yeah, no, I mean, and look, the Padres and the Phillies are very similar right now because they have a lot of potential on the offense and lineup. They just don't have a lot of pitching, I think. So there's there's potential there to do something and win. Maybe not this year, maybe next year.
And that's the other thing too, right? We don't know what management is saying to these guys. Maybe they're saying to Machado, hey, we're spending $300 million on you, but we still got money. We still got our eyes on other players. We're still in the Bryce Harper thing, right? Maybe they use that as a selling point. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I mean, all they're hearing are the dollar signs, bro. That's all they're hearing. Well, I'm telling you, that's all. Maybe. Ain't no maybe, man. Come on. You know just as well as everybody else, they're going for the money. I mean, if Machado,
that's what I think.
Yeah, it is.
It's a business.
Well, yeah, I know, but they're just going there for the money.
Well, what do you want them to go for?
Go to win. Put yourself in the best situation to win. Okay. You can make money anywhere.
Okay, hold on. You're telling me most important thing is to win, right? So let's take Manny Machado because he's already signed.
Okay.
Where should he go? Where should he have gone?
I don't know where he should have gone. Well, do you know where he should have gone?
Well,
where do you think he should have gone?
I think his best places.
I mean, the Yankees, the Phillies. I mean, I can name. Fuck, the White Sox are better than the freaking.
I don't know about that.
Than the Padres.
Maybe. So he should have signed with the Yankees, who didn't.
Could have re-signed with the Dodgers. Went to the World Series last year.
The Dodgers apparently weren't interested.
Okay.
So what is he gonna do? Like, what do you do if those regular the Astros would have been a great place, right? But they've got Carlos Correa. The Indians would have been a great place. Mm-hmm. They've got a good team, but they've got Francisco Lindor. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but if winning is the most important thing, let's go to Bryce Harper. He's got these 6 choices in front of him: the Dodgers, the Giants, the White Sox. It's not
that many.
No, I mean these are the teams that we've heard about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know.
So let's just say he's got those 6 choices: Dodgers, Giants, White Sox, Nationals, Phillies, and who am I missing? Oh, the Padres. They're still okay. Right. Where should he go? His best opportunity to win out of those 6.
None of them. None of them. Should have stayed your ass in Washington.
Well, Washington's one of the 6.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They offered him $300 million 10 years.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, but money is all that matters to these guys. Plain and simple.
In that scenario of you should go where you have the best chance to win, you're only talking about a handful of teams.
Okay, again, I mean, my only argument is they are going where whoever throws the most money at them. That's it. There's nothing else there's nothing else to compare it to. That's all this is about. What you would like to hear, or what would be refreshing to you? Let me just make sure I'm understanding. Is a guy like Manny Machado saying, "I really like San Diego. I got an offer for more money from the White Sox, but I don't want to go to Chicago. I want to be out in SoCal." And that's a good young team that I think I can be a leader of and help make a winner. That would be refreshing and make you happier. Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that he went. He went over there for the money. I mean, they're plain and simple. There's no well. That's what it is.
Maybe he really likes the zoo.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
They have a really good zoo there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So when Bryce Harper signs with
the Phillies,
he's
signing with the Phillies.
What if he signs with the Dodgers where he's going to get a shorter deal, less guaranteed money, but the Dodgers are a contender?
Well, don't get
Is that going to give you the warm and fuzzy?
No, but don't get me wrong. I think the Phillies are a good team right now. I think with him
They'll be the favorite to win the East.
Yeah, gotta be. I mean,
that lineup will be
yeah.
robust.
So I mean, if he goes there, I would have to say that he's going there
to win,
right?
Okay.
So I'm not going to take that away from the Phillies, even though it's screw the Phillies all day. But
I don't know. I think the team should throw their offer out there. I think they should start to put the pressure on because I really think this whole thing is kind of ridiculous that it's taken this long.
So how much longer? Over under 7 days.
Will we be talking about this on the next podcast? I don't think he signs this week.
You don't think he signs before our next podcast?
No.
I don't think
it'll be this week. I think it'll be next week. It'll be into March. He will not sign in February. Ooh, 3 days left. Bold prediction, huh?
I think he signs later this week, man.
I don't think so. I just
no.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't know.
It's bizarre. Maybe he's waiting to see how the NBA season shakes out.
Yeah. Well,
because it's getting interesting now.
Well, Kevin Durant wore a Chicago White Sox hat in the press conference earlier this week. So I'm just saying. You think maybe Harper's signing there?
Why does Kevin Durant give a shit?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe he's throwing a clue.
Maybe Kevin Durant and Bryce Harper are really good friends. Holy shit, are we going to have to go through this again next year with Trout?
No.
You think Trout will sign sooner?
I think...
He's going to go someplace where he wants to win.
I don't think... Nah, his heart's in Philly.
Which means he's going to end up with the Yankees or the Red Sox.
See? That's a want to win right there. He wants to win.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, what do you want me to say? He's going to go to the freaking Royals?
If he goes anywhere but Philadelphia, is it for the money? Especially if the Phillies get Harper.
I know they're going to be kind of tight, aren't they?
No, they got stupid money. If the Phillies get Harper, and let's say they make it into the playoffs, but not the World Series, doesn't Trout go? I mean, does he go anywhere but Philly? And if he goes anywhere else, is it not for the money? It's got to be, right? Hometown.
So. I think even if they win the World Series, he goes there.
Yeah, probably.
No?
I mean, he's all about Philly, so yeah, I would think.
And
the Angels, there's a team that's got the money, and they stayed out of this Harper thing. I think they're going to throw. I think that's where we're going to see $400 million.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, the Angels are the team that probably should really go after Harper. At least make it look like they're going after him, just to maybe keep Trout, right? Say, oh man.
Or as insurance for Trout.
Right. Exactly.
Right? You sign Harper and you have them both this year. You use it to court Trout, but at the same time, if Trout
doesn't
leaves,
you got a younger, 3 years younger.
That's right. Angels, talk to us. We'll tell you what to do, bruh. We got plans.
Yeah. What about a little you want to get into a little basketball?
A little basketball.
A little basketball.
The most confusing team in the NBA.
Ooh.
The Houston Rockets. God, I don't get it.
I mean,
now they got Clint Capella back, which is huge for them. I think it's huge for them.
Yeah.
CP3 is still healthy.
He came back not too long ago, right?
Right. So they've got their full lineup, although Harden was out.
Well, Harden was out for the Warriors game on Saturday. I think he's out tonight against whoever they're playing. Harden's been carrying the Rockets all year, so he needs some rest.
He's tired.
But then they go and they play the game that they played against the Warriors without Harden.
And they win.
Yeah, like it was a blowout. Well, to start with, right?
Yeah, no, it was a good game. But then they blew the game against the Lakers. Was it the Lakers?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are... I can't figure them out at all. I do not understand what's going on with the Rockets.
They're just not that good. I think they lost. No, I think
inconsistent.
Yeah, no, I think they lost. I mean, some key players during during free
Ariza
agency.
is the one guy.
And someone else. Isn't they like a big man? Not Capella.
No, I think it was Ariza was their big loss. Yeah, but it's just they're sitting at the 5 seed right now. Which if they have to play Portland, they're screwed. Portland screws them over every year, or almost every year. I mean,
I don't know. Portland. Again, we talked about this last time. Portland's been like the quietest 4 seed.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Portland's tough at home. And if they're the 4 seed, they'll have home court advantage over the Rockets.
Yeah.
The Rockets have a hard time playing in Portland. I could see Portland beating them. But the Rockets are better than Portland. The Rockets should be a 2 or 3 seed. They should be that far up. In fact, I think they should be a 2 seed.
Wait, who?
The Rockets.
What?
The Rockets are good.
They're not that
They
good.
just can't seem to put it together.
They're not number 2 seed good.
Oh, yeah. As opposed to who?
They're not better than Denver. They're not better than the
No,
Warriors.
they're
They're
not.
not better than OKC.
They're not better than the Warriors. Hold on. They're not better than the Nuggets and OKC as they've played right now. But man for man, they're better than the Nuggets.
No.
The Nuggets,
No.
the Nuggets are the most inflated 2 seed ever.
Possibly, but they have a lot of size and quickness. I mean, they play a unique style of basketball. I don't know that. At most, I would give the Rockets a 4 seed. I mean, they're probably like maybe the 4th best team.
I don't know about that. With everybody healthy, Harden, Paul, Capella in the lineup, the Rockets they're not Warriors good, that's for sure. But they are pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And I think they're better than OKC, and I think they're better than the Nuggets.
Yeah, but like my man Kobe said, man, that style of basketball doesn't win. It doesn't win.
Won 65 games last year, took them to the Western Conference Finals.
That's fine. It doesn't win.
It doesn't win what?
It doesn't win Game 7 when you chuck up 21 3-pointers and only make one.
But it does make them a 1 seed. It does make them better than the Nuggets, and it makes them better than OKC. It makes them the 2nd best team in the Western Conference, which is exactly what I'm saying.
Their window was last year, and it's
shut.
It's shut in, I think.
And then the rest of the West is kind of, you got Utah, San Antonio, and the Clippers down at the bottom. The Kings have looked good over the last week.
Yeah, they've had a decent
season. I agree with you.
Them and the Nets have been kind of like
the surprise team. Yeah, a little bit of a surprise. The Lakers are 29-30. They are 3 games out from the 8 seed. Do they make it or not? Do they make the playoffs or not?
How many games out of 8th?
3.
And who's in the 8th?
Clippers. And then 1 game back the Kings, and then 3 games back from the Clippers are the Lakers.
Man, I wish I can say that they're gonna make it. I don't think they make it. I think that team is just a little dysfunctional right now. That's a strong word, but I just don't
it doesn't
see
look
them.
Good. Well, I mean, you got LeBron talking about sense of urgency and, hey, look, man, you knew what you were getting. And this was my problem with the Lakers as constructed before the season started. Yes, LeBron's a superstar. Yes, LeBron's the best player on the planet. But the rest of that team, really young and really dysfunctional. The veteran leadership that you have on that team, other than LeBron, are guys that are dysfunctional. Guys that are head cases. Yeah. And you can't have head cases leading a team.
I mean, who the hell thought this was going to be a good idea?
Right? I think they didn't. I think the Lakers management and LeBron don't care about this season. Their eye is on next season.
Man, I mean, but he look, for the past 3 years, I mean, LeBron doesn't look like a guy anybody wants to play with. I mean, you have Kyrie asking out, and he got out, and I mean, I don't know, man. He just I feel like he rubs everyone the wrong way, except for his buddies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His banana boat buddies.
Yeah, I almost get the feeling that he's like all of a sudden become an old man that no one wants to hang out with. You know, it's like no one wants to go to the mall with their dad.
Right.
And all these young kids coming out of college, you know, they're like high schoolers and they don't want to go to the mall with their dad. They don't want to go play basketball with LeBron. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think they make it. I think they.
No,
don't.
I agree with you.
And this is gonna be kind of weird. LeBron not in the playoffs.
Not even in the playoffs.
Right.
That would be very bizarre. That would be very bizarre. But you know what? I think in a way, it's good for the NBA. Because you got to start looking at the next generation. Yeah. LeBron's not old, but he's not young either. He's not going to dominate for the next 5 years.
Oh, he's still LeBron. I mean, you know.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but it's time to start building those new stars that will carry the NBA into the next phase.
Yeah.
Because LeBron is, again, he's not old, but he doesn't have 5-7 years left in him.
What is he, 34?
Something like that.
Shit. Jordan was still doing it at 34, man.
Yeah, but he wasn't, but again, we were looking for the new star after Jordan.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
And this is good for the NBA, I think.
Yeah, I guess. It's good.
And then in the East, let's get to the other team that is impossible to figure out. The Celtics. I mean, what is going... They are the most talented team in the East. I don't care what anyone tells me. They are the most talented team in the East. And they can't figure out how to close out games if their life depended on it at this point. I don't understand what's going to happen. At what point are they going to figure this out? But because we're running low on the season, and as a 5 seed, you can't do it because you got to go through a tough 4 seed in Philly, and then you're going to have to play Milwaukee before you even get to the conference finals. That's too tough of a road to hoe. And someone's got to figure out something. They lost to the Bulls last night.
The Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, and this is not your mama's Bulls. Yeah. This ain't your Michael Jordan Bulls.
No.
This is one of the worst teams in the NBA.
They have to figure it out. I think they will figure it out. There goes that spider again. Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll let it live.
We got to name it.
Spider.
No, we got to give it a name. Bob or something.
Bob the Spider?
Bob from accounting.
Nah, they'll figure it out.
No, I don't know.
At some point.
I mean, there's 60 games into the season. There's only 22 games left, bro. They got to figure it out sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I mean...
Do you think they make it up to the 4 seed just to get the home court over Philly? They're a game behind right now.
A game behind the Philly?
Behind Philly, yeah.
Philly's playing good, man. And they got some talent, too, on that team.
Yeah, they do.
So, if Ben Simmons figures out how to shoot a ball, that won't happen this year. I don't think they pass up the 76ers.
The East playoffs will be very interesting because you got Milwaukee at the 1, Toronto at 2, Indiana without Oladipo at 3.
How far up from the 76ers are they?
2 games ahead of the Sixers. The Sixers at 4, Boston at 5. Then you've got the Nets at 6, which is going to be trouble for Indiana without Oladipo if things stay the way they are now.
If my memory's correct, 1 through 6 is pretty much sold in, right? I mean, there's a gap between 6 and 7.
1 through 5. 6,
That's
7,
right.
6 and down, it gets a little dicey.
Okay.
You can see some movement there. You've got Detroit at 7, which I think that's a cakewalk for a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
But then you've got Charlotte at 8, and Charlotte has been playing good ball lately. Could give a team like Milwaukee, who doesn't have a ton of playoff experience, some trouble. So the East playoffs could be very interesting. And then after that, you've got Orlando, Miami, Washington. I don't see any of those teams even making it.
That might be
Orlando's only a game behind Charlotte, but I don't think they're going to catch them. I think Charlotte's a better team, period.
If the Pacers finish the season as the 3 seed, I mean, Nate McMillan, the coach, needs to be considered.
Well, he is. He's a phenomenal coach. I don't think he gets enough love, period. That Indiana team is always under the radar.
Yeah.
Oladipo as a star is under the radar, and Nate McMillan as a coach is under the radar. That entire organization just kind of lives under the radar, it seems like.
Yeah.
How far can the Celtics go? I mean, again, they've got the most talent, so part of me says, well, they can go all the way to the finals. But as a 5 seed, I just don't see how they're going to make it. They'd have to make it through Philly.
Well, this is what
and
you
then
have to ask
Milwaukee,
yourself.
And then Toronto.
Well, I think this is what you have to ask yourself. Do we trust Milwaukee as they get deeper into the playoffs? I'm going to be honest, I don't really trust them. You know, I mean, Giannis has been playing great. Bledsoe, great. Chris Middleton, great. But I don't know if that's enough and if they have the depth to really, you know, for a 7-game series. So
I think they've got the what's really growing into a big 3 that could be very formidable.
Yeah.
For anyone in the East. And with the East being kind of wonky the way it is, with Boston, who is clearly the most talented, well, in my opinion, is the most talented team, but is very much under turmoil. A Sixers team that is also very talented, but for some reason can't seem to find that gear to really go on these long winning streaks and maybe move up. Milwaukee might just be the team.
I'll take no for that then. Yeah, I don't think you trust them.
Milwaukee?
Yeah, I mean, in the Eastern Conference Championship, do you?
I mean, if I had to today, yeah. Who's going to beat them? Well, Toronto's, you know, comparable.
Do you trust Toronto? New coach.
New coach, new outlook, baby.
No, seriously. I mean, that matters in the playoffs, how you coach.
My problem with Toronto is Toronto's a very different team on the road than they are at home.
Yeah.
And if they don't have home court advantage throughout, it might be a problem.
Okay. The 3 seed, do you trust the Pacers to go deep? Do you trust the Sixers?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But not more than the Bucks. Right now, it's about the same.
Okay, so
the only team I trust more than the Bucks to go deep into the playoffs is the Celtics. But there's a part of me that's like, what the fuck? What's going on with the Celtics team? I hate to sound like Chicken Little here and keep yelling that the sky is falling, but we're 60 games into the season and they're sitting at 5.
Plenty of time to figure it out, Ed. The year's not over.
22 games is not a lot. We've played 75% of the season.
I mean, well, if they haven't figured it out by now, they better.
Yeah, I mean, it is worrisome. If you're a Celtics
I'm not worried about it as much as you are. They should be worried about it.
Well, because you're not a Celtics fan. But if you're a Celtics fan, you got to be like, what is going on?
Are you a Celtics fan?
A little bit.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Why? I'm not a fan, but they have guys I like.
Oh, okay. So you're a fan of the players.
Well, but that's kind of the way I am in general with basketball, right? Like, I like Steph Curry. I don't like the Warriors, but I like Steph Curry.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. You like some of the players of the Celtics.
I like James Harden. I don't necessarily like the Rockets, but I like James Harden. I like Kyrie Irving, but I don't necessarily like the Celtics.
Okay. All right.
I don't like LeBron James. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like him. I'm kind of.
I don't like him.
I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I could, if he wins, it doesn't do much for me. If he loses, it really doesn't do much for me.
I don't think the standings change much. I can see Philly jumping the 76ers.
Philly jumping the 76ers? I think that is very unlikely. Dude, did they give you some drugs?
They're still kicking in, bro. Those were pretty good. I mean, it's been freaking 4 hours.
I think Philly is going to leapfrog themselves.
That would be amazing. That would deserve an ESPY.
Philly is going to jump from the 4 seed all the way up to the 4 seed.
The Western Conference 4 seed.
They're going to switch conferences.
No,
You think Philly
will jump the Pacers?
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
Or themselves.
Just
depends on how they're feeling. That's a good one. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting 20 games left.
Yeah?
22 games, whatever it is. All right, man. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up because
you look like you're hurting now.
Yeah, my back is not being nice right now. So
I'm sorry. I keep laughing at you.
That's all right.
You got a shout out?
I'm used to it by now.
You got a shout out?
I had one.
It's gone.
My shout out goes to the kid. Gary Carter, Hall of Fame catcher for the Mets. The Expos. His birthday was this past week.
Oh, okay.
So happy birthday to Gary Carter. Rest in peace. Always a Met.
And an Expo.
Always a Met.
Is he in the Hall of Fame with like one of those split caps?
I think he went in as a Met.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm taking your word for it. I don't have a shout out this week.
Oh wow, that's a first. Bullshit.
I've been too busy working.
Bullshit. I don't believe you.
No, I don't. My shout out goes to you, man. For you toughing out this podcast.
That's right.
Sitting here.
See how bad I wanted it?
Yeah.
I wanted a win.
It's not a matter of being a good podcaster.
That's right.
How bad do you want it?
Who cares about our 14 subscribers? It's how bad
do you
I
want
wanted
it? There
it.
you go. That's what it was. Episode 64 is just about done. Famous number 64.
Good luck.
There's got to be
That's it.
some lineman that was famous.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Not Anthony Munoz. He was not 64.
64.
Bob Lilly. No,
on.
Bob Lilly was 54.
Hold on, isn't 64 the national retirement age?
I don't know. By the time we get to 64, it's not going to be the national. There ain't going to be no Social Security by the time we get to 64. Right. I mean, I'm pretty close, but I'm not that close. Oh, man. Alrighty. Well, that's it for us, folks. We haven't told you where you can watch this.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch this on YouTube, or you can listen to it on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, whatever podcast platform you like to use. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can do so via email at positivesports10@gmail.com. positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me, you can reach out to me on Twitter at eMontana21. If you want to get a hold of this guy,
at Brooklyn Gaucho 1 on Twitter.
And if you guys haven't caught any of our previous episodes, if you want to hear some people just having some crazy banter about nothing, check out our last episode, episode 63. It was during NBA All-Star Saturday with our cousin. It was a good time. Not a lot of sports talk, but it was still a lot of fun. So if you want to catch some nonsense, you can listen to that. And with that,
a quick shout out to Juan the Kraken Adams.
Oh, that's right.
Who got another fight.
He's got another fight.
This past week or last week.
He signed to fight at I think it's a UFC fight night. I don't think it's a pay-per-view, but
No.
May 4th.
May 4th,
and I believe it's in Ottawa, Canada. They're sending him way up north. They're going to try to freeze him. It's not going to work. He is fighting a gentleman whose name I cannot pronounce, but I promise you it'll be a good fight, because I've seen that guy fight a couple times. He's pretty good, but I may be biased here. Juan's going to beat him.
No doubt.
Juan's going to put the Kraken on him.
I agree.
He is something else. He
His the way he trains, I mean, he really focuses in on when it's time to.
Here's the scary thing about that guy. He's up around 300 pounds, but he looks like he's in better shape now than when he was 265 last July, when he went on the Contender Series and won that fight to get the contract with the UFC. I think switching to full-time training, he's a beast, which is going to make his weight cut easier because he's got more muscle. Right. Muscles carry more water than fat does, so it's going to be easier for him to cut the weight to get down to 265, and then he'll turn around and get right back up to 290 for fight night, and then you got to deal with a chiseled 290.
Well,
Good luck with that.
That's scary for opponents if they get dropped in on their back. I mean, it's all over with.
No, I mean, that guy gets on top of you, and he's a wrestler.
Yeah,
I mean, he knows how to cut weight. He knows how to wrestle. He knows how to manage bodies. He's a beast, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Should be
May
good.
4th.
Sweet.
Check it out. And with that, folks, we've come to the end of another episode of the Positive Sports Podcast. As always, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that neat stuff on those platforms I mentioned earlier. And with that, we are going to call it a day. As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.